out again for another night again. I'm coming again home. I pray that you expect me. Hey, you can send a little likes, dislike or good word. Send something. Don't just listen and see the viewers kind of. So I know it's Christmas coming and many of us have a pagan spirit. So we kind of lock in the Christmas and everything. But just send a little likes or dislike or something, good word or something, do something that you can show my appreciation. I'm talking here tonight about, about the power of fear. This whole week, at the end of November, fear. I said, but fear is our greatest enemy. I said it last time. Fear is our greatest enemy that is used to preserve or destroy us. But I believe it could preserve me, not destroy me. And Matthew chapter 25, I finished it last time. Matthew 10 to 25. Jesus had to do some problems here with the disciples and everything, as well too. He said, I send you forth, in verse 16. I send you forth a sheep in the midst of wolves. Be you therefore serpent. Be you wise as a serpent. Harmless as a dove. So he sent us forth. So we outside there, but we kind of fear spirit. But in verse 25, Jesus asked his disciples, is it enough for the disciple that he be as his master and the servant as his Lord? If they have called the master of the house of God's kingdom, God's family, Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? So they call Jesus connection to the devil. But Beelzebub is demonic activities. The word Beelzebub means your activities is devilish. So how much more shall they call them of his household? Verse 26. And he stands out very clear here in 26 here. I want to try to bring it home tonight. Fear them not. Fear them not, therefore. For there is nothing that is covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. So Jesus said everything that is going on around the world system, politicians, scientists, pastors, teachers, leaders, snake, animal, cannibal, dove. He said everything will be known. So he said, when you understand that, when you understand everything shall be revealed, then it brings a stability of faith and trust in God, and it removes the activities of fear. When you understand everything, nothing covered, everything transparent, God will only cover what he wants to cover and expose what he chooses to expose. You can't tell God to expose me or cover me or hold me or let me go. God is in control. If God chooses to cover me or expose me or cover you or expose you or cover you, expose you, God is still have the rights because we are of Abraham's seed. And he said, fear them not. Verse 27, he said here, what I tell you in darkness, that speak in the light. What I tell you, what I tell you. So if Jesus said, if I don't reveal to you, you should not go and carry false revelation or carry things that cause damage, destroy other gates. And there are people saying, God says, God says, God says, God says, and God never say. See, God tell me, the Spirit talk to me, the Spirit says, and the Lord showed me, I had a dream last night, and we have been filled with all this kind of God says, and I had a dream, I had a vision, I have a prophecy, I have a word for you. He said, what I tell you. So if God and tell me something, I'm not going to say God say, I lie. And that's what happened right now. And it's destroying a lot of people's gates, our mindset. Because a lot of people right now rely on leaders rely on people, rely on bankers, rely on politicians, we rely on the police, we rely on witnesses, we rely, and it's not what we rely on. And what we rely on is brought a level of fear. We say, fear them not. What I tell you in darkness, that speak on the light, and what you hear in the air, preach it upon the housetop. Well, right now I'm on the house. I'm on the housetop. The housetop is a place of revelation. The housetop is a place of voice. You have a voice. The housetop is a place of sounding alarm. The housetop is a place of explanation. The housetop is a wisdom place. And whenever you're on the housetop, try to speak wisdom. Try to help people grow. On the housetop, you can't use a housetop to destroy people, to destroy wives and families and children and people's life. The housetop is a place that where you explain the things of God, and you try to get people to not to destroy their gates or destroy their mindset. A lot of people that was destroyed because of the housetop mindset. But you say, fear not. Fear not. A place of wisdom. Whenever you go on the housetop, you have to rely on God. Like me, I rely on God in my whole life. I try my best to hear me say, I try my best to always rely on God. Because I'm a housetop preacher. I'm a housetop person. And I don't go on the housetop to bash nobody, to hit nobody, to condemn nobody. I try not to on the housetop and destroy nobody. I try to conform to God's word. See, right now I'm saying what Jesus says. I'm trying to use all what Jesus says. You say, fear them not. And verse 28 says, that is in Matthew chapter 10, verse 28 says, and fear them, and fear not them which kill the body, which kill the body, which kill the body. You don't, he said, them is jokers. Those who kill the body, those people who bandit, who killing and raping and shooting and robbing people and having mass and right now our murder rate is over 500 people. Our murder rate is over 500. Help me somebody. Our murder rate, blood. You say don't fear them killers, because you're going to die anyhow. You say fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Now I know a lot of you all believe in hell, but remember this, hell real like me. I just seen right now on this TV here, on your iPhone, hell real. You say fear him. Who him? The power of God. Who him? The Almighty Father. Fear him which is able to destroy. So gate destroyers is different from God. Gate destroyers is different from God destroyer, as a destroyer. When God destroys somebody or something or some place, it's because he chooses to. Fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Now, they could kill your body. They could kill your words. They could kill your feeling. They could kill your faith. They could kill your love. But they can't kill your soul. Your soul, your wisdom person. You could kill my wife. You could kill my children. But you can't kill the soul. The soul, it was designed by God in the human being to always be liberated after death, to face either heaven or hell. So you are now free now to preserve your soul. Preserve your soul. Fear him who is able to destroy both body and soul. Your mindset, listen to me here, closing on. Your mindset should be carrying a protective mode against your soul and at the same time against your body. Health. 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 Your health, you know, your brain, your what you eat, and that is what you have to really fear. You ain't get cancer. I know if I get cancer, or I get diabetic, or I get blind, or I get crippled, and I wheelchair, I know that is just the body. That is not my soul. So I'm working right now to try my best and preserve my soul. Verse 20 says, are not two sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall fall on the ground without your father? Verse 30, but the very hair of your head are all numbered. Wow. Wow. You believe that? That God knows how much hair on the head? Well, in fact, I bald head, so I can. You know how hair on my arm? How much hair wrong hair? You know God knows how much hair around my navel, around everything. God knows how much hair around your face, your head. That's how powerful God is. So if God knows all these things, you're supposed to fear a God like that. You're supposed to fear a God like that. We have God, people teaching, we don't believe they know how much hair on your head. But your very hair, verse 30, on your head are all numbered. Numbered. But verse 31, fear ye not therefore. You are more valuable than many birds. The birds, I am more valuable than bird. Do you know you are more valuable than bird? Than birds, a sparrow? God holding you in high esteem. Why fear? Verse 22 says, whosoever therefore shall confess me before man, him will I confess also before my Father. So here now we change now to a mindset. He said, when you conquer fear, what do you do after you conquer fear? Go and confess me before men. And don't afraid. Don't frighten to go and say, hey, Christ is the answer. Serve the Lord in gladness. Whosoever shall confess me before man, mindset, him will I confess also before my Father in heaven. Mindset. You have to set your mind to go out around the world on the internet, on your cell phone, on your iPad, on TikTok, or whatever, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Footbook, on Handbook, on whatever, Starlight, and on Instagram. Go there and confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. And you have to do it without fear. Fear ye not, therefore. You are more valuable than a sparrow. And verse 2 to verse 33, I'll end here. But whosoever shall deny me before people, men, him will I also deny my Father which is in heaven. I am trusting God that God will value my intent tonight as I'm sharing here with my mindset. I am trusting God that He helps me win my fear battle so I could do more for Him and confess Him before men. I'm trusting God. I hope you do the same. So don't just sit down, go online on your cell phone and try to put something on. Don't go there and talk stupid things. Go out there and confess on your line. Because I'm coming on Friday and close off on biblical technology on Friday night. That's where we're going next year. Next year, we are talking here. And in fact, in the month of December, we are talking in the month of December here. We are talking here about living beyond, living above. Living above and beyond. You know, Why we talk about Santa Claus and Christmas and Mary and Joseph and the baby in the manger? We above that. We above that. We above that. I'll be sharing on Wednesday night, Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays. And I'm having on December 24th, having a harvest day, food, because why? Famine coming. And if you could give food, you will not be a part of the famine. God say, give food as we enter 2023. Hey, call me here. See you again tomorrow night, same time. Hey, fear not.